Like Minds, I think, is probably one of the best conferences that deals with social media and the evolution of social media and its integration into business and culture and society, definitely in Europe and probably in the world. And I go to a lot of conferences, and this one is very unique. And what I'll be looking at, communicating with the crowd, is a model to integrate and operationalize social media. So essentially, now that a company has decided to go into social media and they have a presence, they've established that presence, they planted the flag in the ground, what do they do with it? How can they work backwards a little bit and look at social media with their entire organization and see how it fits in to augment and support all of their business objectives?
So planning for social media integration, I know this looks really boring, this is worse than bullets, it's boxes. But you kind of have to look at it, okay, take a step back, understand all the little building blocks, like Lego blocks of your business. And you have business functions and business processes.
When you own a business and you operate a business that has a lot of complexity, a lot of different departments and silos, this will kind of resonate, but at the same time, it's not going to seem like I'm reinventing the wheel. I think the people who see it will go, wow, yeah, that's remarkably simple. Why didn't I think of that? Or why didn't I, take it that step? Why was I stuck on this, what do I do with Twitter kind of question? It's basically, we're getting into an era now of social media integration that needs to happen. It's not theory anymore, it's actual practice, and it's the only way it's really going to work, is when you embed social media into every single piece of a business. The way that the telephone was embedded, the way that the fax machine was embedded, it's pretty much the same thing. Different tactics, but the same principle. So my hope is that decision makers at key companies, whether they're agencies or big firms or the guys who make soap, are going to realize that social media is now, it's not so much a revolution, it's an evolution of communications and culture, and that as people really bring social media into their lives, and I hate the term social media, which is kind of ironic, but the social web, the now web, the real-time web, into their mobile phones, everything that they do, this will be just an enhanced way to communicate with them, and not just to sell soap, not to sell sodas and products, but to understand the consumers better, to be able to provide them with faster, better, more enhanced services.
As we all know, social media is free, right? Dell isn't really doing anything revolutionary. They've just kind of figured out that we can use social media to do what we're already doing.
So when you look at all the different applications and how you can facilitate the lives of consumers, you can kind of close that funnel and sharpen it to where you start with the awareness of the product to the transaction, and then back up to the awareness as they're spreading the news and the word about how wonderful the product is, how wonderfully they were treated. You can see that the market advantage that you can gain from a business perspective. If you're a customer in a store, you're on Twitter, you need help, you can't get help in the store, the team that's somewhere remotely on Twitter will be able to reach out to somebody in the store to come help you, where normally they wouldn't have known you were there. So the velocity with which companies will be able to react to their consumers' needs will be greatly, greatly accelerated. It's a fantastic way to accelerate your recovery from this recession, to gain market share, to beat your competitors. And this, to me, it's new service, and it's enhanced service across every part of the brand.